Okay, hello everyone. It's Tuesday. First thing I'm gonna do is apologize for my voice. So I woke up feeling beat up, like just beat up. Like actually happened last night. And I know sometimes I feel invincible and I go and I go and I go, and then my body says, "No, you're done." So this morning I woke up and canceled all my appointments and took a complete rest day, completely. Stayed off my computer for most part, everything. But I'm feeling 90% better. So what and this is where, I have a friend who's feeling the same way. She woke up the same way, and I believe she's still in bed feeling really bad. I told her the trick and she knows the trick. I used to say, I'm getting better every day, I'm getting healthier. Well, I've changed that. I say every second of the day, I'm getting better. So I went from being barely able to get out of bed today, and I'm feeling like great, except I do have a bit of the throat. My throat's the thing that gets under the weather, and it's because I use it so much. So that's the first thing that seems to go is my throat. So I have hot tea here and some water, and if I talk too much, it might come back. And someone else said they woke up feeling the same way, but they're also feeling better as well. So in this energy, we can switch in any direction based on what we are thinking about. We are in as new energy. Now, we don't have to really understand the new energy, but the new energy is so powerful if you want to use it. And it's thinking, whatever you think about, you can create faster than ever before. And you probably notice this in your life already. Like if I'm thinking about something, it just kind of happens. Like, how's that happening? But the thing is, then it kind of gets scary because you're like, oh my gosh, I've been using some negative thoughts. Say if that manifests. So most of us create mediocre lives because we're thinking positive thoughts, negative thoughts, positive thoughts. So it balances out. So if you're someone who's always thinking negative thoughts, doom and gloom, look at your life. What is it reflecting? If you're someone who thinks more positive thoughts, look at your life. What is it reflecting? If you're someone who's putting out good and bad, what does your life look like? Bit of ups and downs, kind of just, it's there. It's not so bad because there's positive, there's negative. So if you start to play with it and see how powerful you really are, it becomes fun, but then you become aware. My thoughts are powerful. I am powerful. Our cells, our body is a part of us. We're not just, here's my body, I'm going to let it do what it wants to do. No, you say, I am the commander of this body. I love you. I love every cell of my body. And I know today you woke up and you were feeling a little bit off. Okay, I get it. I wasn't taking care of myself because I know it's important to take care of ourselves. We all have to. Okay, this is something I can't force anyone to do. I mean, look, you're here. It's a Tuesday, 8:30, beautiful weather. Wouldn't we rather be doing something else? Actually, today I really want to do this. This is the one thing I didn't want to cancel because as we do this together, I always feel phenomenal the next day because we're doing this together. It's not just me doing it. Our energies are compounding. We're sending out love to the universe. We're sending out love to other people. And when you send out love, you receive it. So there's this reciprocation coming back. So that's why we all feel so great after this. Some people will say, I slept better, I feel less stressed because we're healing ourselves. So whether I'm on this end or that end, we're healing ourselves together. So thank you for joining the Be Brilliant healing group healing call. We'll continue to do 3 free sessions per month, even though sometimes I feel like, okay, COVID's over, we're back to normal. But again, there's so many different realities out there. So let's just keep this going until, we don't feel we need it anymore. Today, there's a few things I wanted to talk about. One is really how powerful it is. Human consciousness on this planet is the most powerful thing. It really is. So I'm dealing with a lot of beautiful clients, and there's some heavy ones I'm dealing with in other countries. So I can um most likely they won't be joining this call, but they might listen to it. So it doesn't matter who they are, whatever. But the thing is, sometimes, although we can really heal our bodies, the mindset needs to switch. Because if you think about it, we're our minds creating what we're thinking. So I sometimes get like odd requests from people calling, saying really bizarre things they think are happening to themselves. And if that's their reality, then that's what's going to happen, because you're very powerful. So instead of using soul detective work to try to unravel these, crazy things we're talking about, I said, no, no, we're not going to go down that route, because in the end, we don't have to visit that stuff anymore. And the reason I say that, we still need to heal, yes, and release things, but we don't have to get in the detail. And that's why things like this session works. What's happening? I'm just going to explain it in the best, easiest words I can explain it. Anytime you're meditating, anytime you use positive affirmations, anytime you do a session like this, anytime you do something like beam therapy, anytime you do a method out there, because it's all tapping into the same thing, what is happening is we all have duality. We're human. We all have darkness and light. And some of us can really feel it. I felt it all my life. I knew there was like a lot of darkness I couldn't get out from my system. Although I was fighting all the time to be positive, there was always something inside me telling me different things, telling me I was bad, telling me to do crazy things. And I always had to stay very present to fight this thing inside me. Now, some people aren't aware of it, so they might not know, but in essence, we all have that duality. And what we're doing when we do healing is we're releasing the dense energy, the bad thought patterns, the old belief patterns, all those things that are running in our subconscious mind that we don't even know are there. So here I am trying to get to my goal, and I'm not reaching it. I am going this way, that way, this way. I think things are going good. And it's always like something pops up to make my life crappy. I'm like, what is it? Or I'd say something really silly to sabotage something that was really going to be happy. I'm just like, why did I do that? Or I attracted the wrong people, or I sabotaged great things. I didn't know why. Or I worked so hard, but I didn't get what I wanted, where everyone's life was easier. Like if I even looked at my family's life, these are my siblings. Like life just seems so much easier for them. Yet I'm trying to do something and something happens, something happens. It has to do with a lot of different aspects I'm not going to get into. Karma is one of them, but there's so much more. But in this new energy, although some people feel it, some people don't. Some people say, yeah, I felt the switch of the new energy. It was like about May, April 2020, and it's getting stronger every day. That was the first time in the thousands of years that the light consciousness on the planet went over 50%. So back in the day, in some past lives of ours, if we held any light, any wisdom, you would have been executed, burned at a stake, all that nasty stuff. That's why nuns and priests had to congregate together, because to compile their light together because of the darkness. But now we can hold the light in a very safe environment. Even though it feels a little chaotic on this planet, that's just a purging of that darkness out of the planet. And we're bringing in more light. And the light energy today is stronger than it was yesterday. Every second of the day, it's getting stronger. People's hearts are opening up. There is so many beautiful things happening where you will not see on mainstream media. If you follow that, there's so much great things happening on the backside of everything. So sometimes we're blinded. We don't realize all the good that's happening on the planet, and that can bring us down. And when my vibration starts to decrease, I tap more into the 3D world, and oh my gosh, then I just go bang, 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 bang. And then I just say, okay, that's it. I need to reclaim me, build it up, go into quietness. And I think I meditated probably 8 hours of the day today. And I switched out of my downward spin. And I shouldn't even have gotten there. I had warnings. One of the warnings was, in my case, I get irritated. Whenever I get irritated by someone watching something on YouTube and it's like if that bothers me, just hearing it, usually I can block it out, saying access denied, that doesn't affect my life. But when I start to lose that connection with myself, those things start to irritate me. That is a sign for Brenda, start working on yourself. But no, I didn't. And then I took too many clients and I didn't take care of myself. So there's all these warning signs. And if I don't take care of myself, yes, I will decrease my vibration and feel crappy. So it's work to stay happy. It's going to get easier as the months and the years go by. We're getting into a lighter energy. But right now we have the swirling of the dark and light energies doing their thing. The key is to ground, connect, really stay within. I have a lot on my plate, and I'm actually really excited to show you guys some stuff. One, my mind, when I'm in meditation, explodes with ideas. Just I have to come out and write them all down because I forget them. It's like when we get inspiration, write it down, take journals, take notes, because the way inspiration works is you get this beautiful, great idea, but it's almost like a dream and drifts out. So if you don't write it down, you might miss it. You might forget it. Say, oh yeah, I had this great thought, but I can't remember what it was. So today, because I spent so much time in meditation, there were so many things that were popping into my head. And one of them was I have about 12 or 13 professional, I would say, professional grade teachings. And they're made more for corporate. So they're not as esoteric or spiritual that this crowd would probably enjoy. But something came to me to say, hey, change those into a little more, you kind of meld them in and start doing online courses for those who want to join and learn. And I thought, no, I don't want to do that. Then the thought came in meditation again. To me, I'm thinking, oh, that's so much work. It took me forever to make them good for corporate. Now I got to switch them. But when I get into the mood of something, it just happens so quickly that I'm just like, you know what? It probably would be really fun. But we do have this healing resort that's taking place. Now, what I want to say, based on life, based on your vibration, based on where you are in your life, wherever you are, never give up on you. Never, 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 never. And the reason I say that, some of us have long journeys to go through to get to healing. Some of us, it might be 1 or 2 sessions. Everyone's so unique. But in this new energy, people are healing faster than ever before. Like it's a matter of like, they come to my house and they love this dark cloud. And when they leave, they're so bright. The next time you see them, they're still bright and they get brighter and brighter and brighter. And I'm fascinated by whatever's happening on this beautiful earth to allow this transformation. And sometimes I used to be a little bit envious because it took me 12 years of struggling and a lot of money spent to work on me. I don't regret it because I learned a lot. I went to some bad people who did more damage. I went to some good people who did some really good stuff. But in the end, I made it. And I made it to the other side. And someone once told me, and I don't know where I've read it. I don't know. It's just like I feel like I've heard this from 10 different sources. So I can't quote of who gave it to me. But they said, you'll know when you've made it on the other side when everything in your life is in balance. And I didn't know what that meant. And they said, you're healthy, your relationships are good, and you're financially fine. You're not worrying about things like that. And I said, oh my gosh, I was sick. My relationships were a mess and finances were really bad. So I said, oh, I'm failing and all those things. And at that point, I was very, very depressed, right? But then I said, well, you know what? I'm going to take charge of my life. I used to hand over my happiness to others. And I said, no, happiness comes from within me. And that's when I started self-work. And it was little things like affirmations. I was going to get beam therapy done and affirmations, self-love things. I tried meditating, which was impossible at the beginning because I couldn't calm my crazy mind from telling me stuff. Usually when you go to meditate for the first few times, it's like you think, oh, I got to do dishes. I got to feed the kids. I got to do that. Your mind and your body will not want to sit still. So that's just like kind of saying, no, I'm going to do it. I'm taking this time for me, even if it's 2 minutes. And you kind of build up and build up. But then the first thing that happened in my life was my health improved. I went from having severe kidney infections, kidney damage. And my doctor remembers she was telling me, Brenda, I don't know what's going on with your kidneys, but if something doesn't switch, you're leaving this planet. So figure it out. Before that, it was liver problems. Like my body was failing in many different ways. But once I started to clear, the first thing that improved was my health. And actually, I my doctor couldn't see any kidney damage. It's all come back. My liver 100% regenerated. Our bodies can heal. Mind you, the liver does that very nicely, but other parts can do that too. And they'll say, like, well, I don't know how that happened. And I'll tell my doctor, oh, I do energy work. And she doesn't believe in it. She thinks I'm, in the woohoo land. But I know what it is because it's all mind over matter. So whatever your ailment is, send it love and see yourself. If it's your eyes that don't work that well, see yourself seeing, talk to your eyes. You are going to see again. I have seen people switch. My eyes actually get better every time I go to the optometrist. And he's like, I don't know, some people's eyes just get better. It's okay, good, because I've always had kind of bad eyesight and now it's getting better and better. But the thing is, it's just talking to yourself. And I know a lot of people are in severe pain. And when you're feeling the pain, you don't want to say, I'm feeling good, but try to say, I'm feeling good. Tell your body, instead of saying every day I'm feeling better and better, use the words I've been starting to use. Every second I'm feeling better and better. And every second I felt a little switch. And after 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And today I went from like where I could have gotten very bad to feeling really pretty good. So it's power of the mind. You all have it. You all have a connection. You are all beautiful, magnificent, divine beings. Use that power to help you, not against you. So if I wake up in the morning and say, today's going to be a crappy day, nothing's going to work out. Oh my gosh, nothing's going to work out. I'm going to have a crappy day. I won't even say those words in the morning. I would never say that. I wake up every morning, even when I feel like, oh, today's going to be a beautiful day. Great things are going to happen. I'm going to meet beautiful people. My body's healing every second. So we're all kind of like this balancing act where we can go either way. Your words, your actions, your thoughts matter. So think about it before you say something. And if you say something like something negative, then you feel bad, just say something positive 3 times. So I'm going to have a crappy day. Oh no, I'm gonna have a beautiful day. I'm gonna have a fantastic day. And my house is full of love, joy, and happiness. There, I just counteracted that. And I'm not gonna say that again. So don't freak out if you're using negative things. Just be more aware that you are, okay? Just be more aware and do your best. It didn't happen overnight. And look, I still get sick. I wasn't sick today. No, I'm sorry. Sometimes I still get low vibration, right? It happens. I just have to work my way up. So, next, I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm very excited and I haven't talked all day, really. I want to show you guys the healing resort and I'm going to show you some pictures. And the reason I want to show you them is the transformation that has happened before my eyes. It just blows my mind. And this is my partner and I are doing this together. So we're both on the same page. We just kind of get each other. We're both weird. I just met him over a year ago, but my gosh, we just click. And when we saw the property, it's something I've always wanted to do, something he wanted to do. But this is where it gets really cool. Contractors are hard to come by. We have contractors that will work day and night for us. I have no idea why. We go to buy a jacuzzi. I go to the banker to get some money and she goes, oh, it took me 18 months to get a jacuzzi. You're never going to get one. And then other people are telling me all these stories. We go into a jacuzzi store. The one we want is available, gets delivered 3 days. Actually, we're just getting the electricity. It was delivered before we got the electricity set up to it. So we have to get more amps or something. And like everyone's like, that's unheard of. Now, I'm going to give you another example. This one I wasn't there for, but this is what's happening. Every time we want something, like say we need something, it's there. But this is because we're following love. It's like this inspiration. It's like the property when it came to view. It's my son found it. He goes, Mom, check out this property. I said, oh my gosh, it's so far. And it looks in the middle of nowhere. He's like, Mom, check it out. So I look at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go check it out. I show my partner, we go check it out. And we check it out on the coldest, windiest, ugliest day. And we're like, okay, we're buying it. and we put an offer, and we just got it. And our agent was even saying, your offer's not that good. They're going to turn it away. Well, so we'll take a chance. We think we're going to get, and we got it. Then just the other day, so I sent out a survey, and thank you to everyone who's done it. And I have so much information from people. So we're going to make this thing a labyrinth. And one of the people who returned the survey said, hey, a labyrinth would nice. You have so what that is like a walking maze with one way in, one way out, and you kind of walk and meditate. And we do have the land for it. So I kind of present this, okay, I'd like to make this labyrinth. And so the guys, the workers said, okay, let's try to find stone. So my partner says, I'll take care of the stone. He goes to a stone store that's kind of in that area. And they said, yeah, we can give you these stones, but we have to go blast them. And then we have to go order a truck, a 20-ton truck or something crazy. I don't even know what he said. So you can have your stones in a week and a half. And he says, a week and a half? He goes, no, I think you can deliver it tomorrow. And she goes, no, well, we can't. We have to do this and this. Anyway, he goes, why don't you just ask? And anyway, some guy comes out and he shows him the stones he wants. And he goes, oh my gosh, we had an order for these stones and no one picked them up. They've been canceled. So we have the stones you need and you can use my truck. I'll deliver them. He delivered them the next day. So we're in the midst of building the labyrinth. I think that's what it's called. So it's just like tick, tick, tick. But what it is, high vibration, you're doing something out of love, the universe just comes in and goes bang, 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 magic, right? So this place has just become magical. And I have put in a lot of work, but actually I'm going to say my partner's put in tons more work than me because he's there 24/7 and I go as much as I can between my job and the other things I have to do. So to honor his work and my hurrah and cheering on the side, and I do a lot, so I don't want to take away that, but I'm going to show you guys some pictures because I'm very excited. So there's going to be an open house, which so anyone who did the survey is already on the list. And I am going to, now that I have the numbers, I'm going to open it up for kind of anyone to join. Give me one sec here. People who did do the survey are going to get a little bit of something to say thank you, but thank you all. And I know some people said they've done the survey and they hit send, it didn't come through, but just so you know, all your input has been really appreciated. So our open house is going to be on April 23rd from 11 to 5 and May 1st, 11 to 5. So what I'm going to do on that day is in-person group healing sessions. So there's going to be one at 11:30, 1:30, and 3:30. So you don't have to come for the full day. Obviously, you're just going to make it when you can. But if you can, try to make it for one of those sessions. So we're going to do what we do here, but you're just going to get cozy in the setting and we'll do it together. So, and if it's really nice, maybe we'll do it outside. I haven't decided. We're just going to play it by ear and let it make it fun. So the property is in Selkirk, Ontario. It's about a 20-minute walk from the lake. Now, I don't think the pictures are super clear. They're not my pictures. They're from a drone. So there's a pond on the property. There's an up-ground pool. We just got a jacuzzi. You'll notice there's this little, what they call the tree house, but we're going to call it a party house. We might actually have outdoor Reiki sessions in there and bring out a table, but you can have a tea party or hang out in there. It's really cute and extremely sturdy. So that's just a property from the outside. Now, this is where the transformation has happened. The inside looks so beautiful. And I personally am not a designer, but my partner loves doing this stuff. And he just wants me to notice and say, I love it. And he just does beautiful work. So we have 3 bedrooms that we put into a raised basement. So it doesn't feel like a basement. So 2 bedrooms are just single beds. So they're double beds, but for one person. And then we have one room that has 2 beds. So we can have a maximum of 4 people. This is probably for a husband, wife, or friends that want to be together. And if we don't, like maybe someone wants to rent it out on their own, we'll see. But we have nice closets, things like that. So we've kind of made it very hotel-like. The beds are super comfortable. They've been custom Well, not custom. There's a store, and anyway, these guys can make custom beds, but you go in, you order the bed you want, and they get them made for you in Toronto. They do deliver to Oakville area. Try the beds. We end up getting one for our bed as well because we needed one. Really nice beds. Now this is kind of like a hangout room. This is where we're going to do the Reiki session. When you guys come over, this is part of it. This is my office. So my office kind of is in the basement as well. But like I said, it's a raised basement with very high ceilings. It doesn't feel like a basement. I'm the one that chose the carpet and I went all out. And I said, I'm not being chintzy on carpet because I love things to be cozy. So we got good underpinning and really luxurious carpet. So we're going to get beads in between this to make it more like kind of divided. But this is some of the outside pictures. Now, it's very pretty. It's about 9 acres. There we go. And we are surrounded by cornfields. Our neighbors have a dairy farm, 100 baby goats right now that me and my daughter went to go see. And maybe I'll send you guys the video because my daughter and I were able to go, we knocked on our neighbor's door and you can just pick up eggs from her house because they have free range eggs. So we went to go visit them and they said it was goat feeding time, asked us if we wanted to go, and we were just smothered with little goats all over us. So we were thinking of maybe, buying a goat one day, but we don't want to jump into anything because we don't know, what we should and shouldn't do. So we have pigeons. I think we now have 70 pigeons. And funny thing, as a child, I had pigeons in my Mississauga backyard. And the city took them away. And I had 5 to start, and they breeded into 50. And I love my pigeons. And they were flyers, and they'd fly and they'd come back and they sit on me and they'd eat. And I love them. And when the city took them away when I was 14, I was devastated. The funny thing is, my partner also had pigeons in his country. And they took them away because something happened and he kind of got in trouble and they took his pigeons away. And when he said that he always wanted pigeons, I looked at him like, who wants pigeons beside me? So he went around buying pigeons, and some were actually in my basement. I'm having clients here and they're making all this noise as we were waiting for the property to become ours. Anyway, we have baby pigeons and they're so ugly, but they're so cute. And my daughter said, I'm not allowed to call them ugly, but they really are in a cute, really way. So we have our first grandbabies. They're about 3 weeks old. And now we have 22 baby pigeons. So we now have the chicken coops are pigeon coops. We would like to buy some chickens one day, but what we really want to do is get people to the property. You will feel the energy there is so beautiful. I could live there, but I do have a lot of responsibility in Oakville, so I do have to come back and forth. And the renovations are done. All that's happening right now is they're digging up the property to put in electrical. They're putting on some lights around. Actually, I don't even know. It's a surprise apparently. So when I go on the weekend, I'll see what they've done. So come out to the open house, check it out, and then we'll have more information on what we're going to be offering. I know at the beginning we're going to give 20% off on whatever we're offering, plus no HST for the first while. So that's pretty good savings, but we're still working out everything. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I've always seen this vision and never thought it could come true. And this is where I say never stop working on you. Because if you have that passion, you have a goal, it's there for a reason. It's something you came in with your own contract saying, I'm going to do this. And as weird I'll give you the address of the house right here, actually. So if you want to type it in to see how far it is, Rainham Road. It's from my house with my driving, it's an hour, but Waze says 70 minutes. So listen to Waze, don't speed. There we go. I am, who did I send that to? Oh, I send that, sorry, one second. It said to direct message to someone. Let me send it to everybody. Okay, now it doesn't want to. Okay, 5309 Rainham Road. And it's in Selkirk, Ontario. Never heard of it before, but have you ever heard of the Cayuga Raceway? You pass it on the way there. And the way Waze takes you, it's so beautiful. You're in this, I love driving there because right when you get off the QEW, you're in this beautiful country area driving the scenic way through Hamilton. And once you start to see windmills, you know you're close. It's really, so you go through Cayuga and then kind of come through some other part, end up in Selkirk. Selkirk is very, but it's about 12 minutes away from a bigger town called Dunnville. So yeah, it's really neat. And Port Dover is kind of in that area. Yeah. So a lot of people will say, yeah, it's close to me. So a lot of my clients come from the Hamilton area. I am going to start taking them individual sessions at that location. I'm going to open up some days, but I'm still keeping the Oakville one. All right. If I were to drag my kids out to that part, they love it there, but they're like, Mom, I'm not living here. And the intention wasn't that they would live here, but I might move there one day. But for now, it is somewhere we'd like to invite people to just rest and rejuvenate and be set free. Sometimes just getting out of routine. Like it's so important to get out of routine that I would say every morning I do something different. So instead of waking up and going to get my coffee, I'll wake up and go to a different bedroom every day. Or I'll wake up, I know it sounds silly, go to the laundry room and spin around. Because the one thing is our bodies and minds don't like change. So if you try to change up your routine a little bit every day, you're going to start getting used to change. So when you break your routine and do something completely different and start to go within, you can actually feel like, you know what? I feel really, really good or different. And you know what? Maybe you might spend some of the time crying there. And that's okay because that's part of self growth through letting go of resistance and things like that. So, more to come. And now I will get back into the healing. But I was just really excited to show people because I know I've been talking a little bit in here and there, and I'm really busy putting everything together. So, yeah, some people I know hometowns live in Dunnville, and someone said they moved to Calgary. Oh, well, if you're ever in town, please come by. But always just join these calls. So you know, we're connected by the quantum field, so we're really not that far away. All right. Okay, so the date of the open house, which will be coming out again, is April 23rd. That one's a Saturday from 11 to 5. And then there's going to be a Sunday, which is May 1st from 11 to 5. And we're hoping for good weather. We're hoping that everything's done. We weren't going to have the labyrinth done on time, but now that we delayed it, I think it's going to be done. So that'll be pretty neat. So apparently it's going to be very pretty. It's already pretty, but it keeps changing. Those pictures are kind of old, so it shifted a little bit. I'm really excited to show everyone. So very exciting. I'm just going to drink some tea because my voice is getting a little bit here, and then we'll start the healing. If anyone has questions, I'm just going to go through the chat here quickly because I think I missed some of the things that were said. Okay. Yeah, so you'll meet my partner. His name is Asim. He's different, and oh my gosh, when I met him, there was a part of me that was terrified of anyone getting too close. I've been through whatever. So I really gave this man a run for his money, but he was able to get through my stone cold heart. I always had an open heart for everybody except anyone who came too close. But he was persistent and very kind. And I'm very lucky that he's come into my life. And he is beyond spiritual, much more than me. Not that I'm not, but I've only started doing this 12 years ago. He was born into it. He comes from I guess, a family line of saints and gurus. His grandfather lived in a cave from age 75 to 125. So he's way, not to say he's very modest. He would never say this, but he's way up there. So just being in his presence, he's so high vibe. At first, it made me uncomfortable because you know when you get to like there's a difference in vibration, that person's high vibe can actually irritate the dense energy inside. So I actually would feel like stressed out being around him. But being around him for the last year, he's done lots of healings, and it's just been like now I just miss when he's not around because we all kind of miss his high vibe in the house. So just being in his presence is healing. It's just he's such a very kind man. So everyone's saying they're oh, someone's asking me why I didn't cancel if I'm not 100%. Well, I'll tell you why. Because when we do these healing sessions, I get better, just like you guys do. We do this together. So, very interestingly, a few weeks ago, remember my ear? Like my ear, and I kind of played it off because if someone says, how are you feeling? Even if I feel really bad, I try to say, I'm feeling beautiful. So, when I was telling you guys my ear, it was actually like a full blown earache and it was in so much pain, and I did the call anyway. But what happened? The next day it just melted away. So I'm not 100%, but that's okay. I kind of go up and down sometimes. But by the end of this and like a good night's sleep and lots of water, I'm going to be 100% tomorrow morning. So yeah, it's going to be really really great for all of us. Okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. There's something here. We are gonna make a fountain somewhere. The labyrinth is I'm not sure that they have chosen a spot in the backyard. They're working on it. Apparently it's kind of where I suggested. I suggested two spots. So it's in the back, where it's a little bit quieter. But yeah, it's gonna be so great. And I think as we go, we're just gonna improve it. So as you come for a stay, and if you have something to improve on, let us know because we're pretty open to someone said yoga with goats. Hey, I love goats. I've now fallen in love with goats, so you never know. Okay, everybody. There's my voice. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna stop talking now, and we are going. Oh yeah, thank you, Naz, for reminding me. I did send you an email. Oh, one thing, if you guys make comments when you sign up, I do respond most of the time by email, but I think the So Brilliant is Brenda at sobrilliant.ca might be going into people's junk. Some people seem to get it and some people don't. So if you've ever sent me a direct question, check your junk mail. You might have a response from me. But today, Naz sent me a very beautiful email. And she said that last week we sent a special intention for her husband's safe arrival, and he has arrived safely back in Canada. So beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, at this point, we're going to go into the healing session because I talk so much. We're probably going to make it about 25 minutes because I think we all could use an extra boost right now with everything going on. So at this point, if there is anyone, oh, I'm going to lose my voice now. Okay, perfect timing though, right? If there is anyone who has a special intention, you don't have to write it in the chat, but if you want to, go right ahead. It can be for you. So I'm going to write mine, okay? I'm going to say, Brenda needs healing of her throat chakra, which seems to be one of my biggest issues, and probably because I was suppressed in all those years and whatever the reason is, just clear this away because it keeps coming back. This is my weakness. So that's my special intention for me. But you can either write yours or say it out loud or just say it to yourself. This energy that's going to come through loves us all, and it wants us to be the best that we can be. So if you're having a physical problem, a mental problem, emotional problem, you just want to get moving on, you're stuck in a pattern, you're stuck in a belief system that you can't seem to jump out of, you're worried about a loved one, you can put those intentions. They're for me, they're for so and so, it's for all of us, your families. I always do include your families that are home, your pets and animals, and clearing of your home. That's just natural. But we are making this bigger and bigger. We are doing it for planet Earth and humanity. We are asking that people's hearts start to open. We can't force people's hearts to open, but what we can do by sending this love, it starts to peel away some of their dense energy so they can start to feel how loved they are. There are people in this world that I can't imagine that think there isn't a tomorrow, nothing good's going to happen. They don't have the information that we have. They're in a totally different space, totally different reality that is not nice. And I'd love to go and reach out to everyone and grab them, and I know that doesn't work that way. But what does work is when we work together to send love, peace, harmony, joy to everyone in the world. It is magnified. And what I usually do is I just picture Mother Earth. And when we're doing this in my head, I can see this beautiful light just penetrating the earth and the people within it. And then when I see that, I then extend it out to the universe and the galaxies, because I know there's a lot more out there. And why not send love? So we beam it out. And as we're working together, our light magnifies, and there are people all over the world doing their own, and it's all connecting. So we are adding to a beautiful outcome on this planet. I know we're going to get there. It's already in progress. How fast we get there, that really depends on the human consciousness. So it keeps switching. And I always say, please just make it quicker. How much more can we take? And then I snap out of my self-pity and say, okay, well, we're here. We'll make the best of it, and we'll make every day as good as it can be in the process. And that's really the trick. Try to stay in your love with everything that's going on. And we can't help someone directly, but using compassionate action, meaning thinking about them, say, hey, I'm sending you love, I'm sending you healing, I'm sending you positive energy. And maybe you don't know it's coming from me, you don't know what you're feeling, you may not feel it physically, but at some level they're getting it. And their higher self gets it. And the higher self kind of sends it back. So it's reciprocated. So as you're sending healing, you're getting healing. So let's get into it. I'm going to put on the music and we'll start. If I start talking again, I'm just going to keep going. All right. Try this one. And I'm going to share my screen. Where's my screen? Share the music. Please tell me if it is too loud or not loud enough. Give it a second here. Good. Okay. Enjoy, everyone. everyone. Very beautiful. We're just going to allow that energy to do its thing. Drink lots of water. Good way to let things out, purge. I set an intention that you sleep well, so hopefully you do. But if you don't, that's just your way of healing. Just, honor it and just talk to that body and whatever's ailing you. Just say, I know, wake up tomorrow and I'm going to feel so much better. Miracles happen every day, so they might as well happen to you. All right, everyone. For the song, it is what I wrote there. Gaia dreaming herself awake, and it is from Deuter. Most of the music I played today is from Deuter. So yeah, and it's lovely. He's got lovely music. All right, everyone, have a peaceful sleep. Happy Easter to anyone who celebrates it. Yes. Yeah, looking forward to a extended long weekend, right? All right, everyone. Yeah, for rest and recovery for all of us. All right, and look for more emails on the stuff that's up and coming. So it's all good. Just hold that light for yourself and for your family and for anyone else who can't. All right, everyone. Have a blessed sleep, peaceful night. Okay, good night. I'm gonna rest my voice and I'm feeling a lot of love. So I'm gonna go let it do its thing and just give yourself permission. I give permission for the healing because that's all you need to do, and just trust and surrender and it will happen. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. And thanks for joining and being part of the healing, because we sent out lots of love out today. So there's a lot of people in this world that needed that will have a peaceful sleep as well. All right, everyone. Good night.